Alrighty, hello folks. I think we are finally, there we go. Alright, we're live on Twitch, we're live on YouTube, beautiful. So, today I'm going to be working on some of my old VRChat worlds, trying to get those updated and maybe add some new features to them, stuff like that. Something I like to do every once in a while, you know. I've let a few of my worlds get too old in the past to where they weren't really updatable anymore, but yeah, now we're keeping these all updated. So this is a world I made called Exis. This is kind of based on, well, it originally started with inspiration from a location in Ohio called Otherworlds. It's around Columbus. It's just like a really big, interactive, like trippy art exhibit sort of thing. And they had some really, really cool stuff in there that kind of inspired me to build a neat world. And then it's also loosely based on a music video by a group called Glass Animals. They've got a song called Exis. That's where I got the name from. And that's just like a really brightly colored, kind of trippy claymation music video. But so I took a little bit of inspiration from that. Yeah, you got some cool alien plants up here, things like that. Bunch of trippy vines and stuff. And all this stuff reacts to music in the actual game. When I'm testing it in the editor, that doesn't work. But so what I'm going to try and add to today, this is supposed to kind of be like a big old tree, and of course it's never been finished out. I've really just focused on the areas that you can actually walk to, but I want to add sort of a canopy to the top of this, and then maybe add a few more trees that you can actually hop to, because one mechanic I want to put in here is the ability to fly. So as you get out of the main central area here, I want it to kind of, gravity will sort of turn off a little bit, and you'll be able to kind of just endlessly double jump, or to kind of move around the environment. Anyway, so I already made a script for that, so I'm actually going to open one of my other projects where I've got that. Oh, good, I already got it open. So this is another environment. I did not make this completely from scratch. This is based on an old environment from a game in 2014 called Alt Space. It was one of the first VRChat. One of the first VR games out there, one of the first social VR games out there. And they had an environment called the Exhibition Hall, which is sort of this base building and everything. And it had a nice bright environment around it. It was daytime. And so what I did, back then, that game only worked with like web content. You could just load in web content, but the cool part of that was if it had 3D content, like JavaScript that was drawing 3D, it would draw to the world, like in 3D, where you could walk around in it. So it's pretty neat. You could like write web code that created 3D environments. So what I did first, I loaded in, a new skybox. I replaced their skybox with a nighttime one. And everything in that game was kind of a pain because you had to overlay whatever you were trying to add on top of an environment that they already had in the game. Eventually they created like an empty one that you could use just for that purpose. But so what I did, I sort of decorated this environment. I covered things up to make it look darker. I added this little cabin here where you can have shots with your friends, stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, so when AltSpace shut down in 2017, I think, is when they weren't officially closed, but to me, that's when they died. That's when Microsoft bought them and sort of killed the program. But around then, that's when I sort of stopped playing and moved everything over to VRChat, including their base Unity worlds. This is sort of a rip of the base AltSpace world and then all my added content, and sort of rebuilt it with better lighting and everything. Anyway, long story short, I've got some scripts in here I want to steal. So let's see what we've got. I got to find my double jump script, which is, I think, on my main world object here. Sorry, I'm just now seeing chat. Hey, Mr. Kalinowski, how's it going? Let's see here. By the way, Brad, if you are wanting to follow me on Twitch, I also have a second channel that I'm primarily just using for my business side stuff. So anytime I'm working on like my 3D printing or design things, like on non-personal projects, I'll be over there. So let me do a quick shout out to that, just in case you want to also follow that. There you go. That's the, you can click on that if you want to follow that one. And likewise, I do have a YouTube channel for that as well. Let me quickly see if I can pull that up for you. It's going to take a moment for me to pull it back here. I have a very non-standard setup in Open Broadcaster right now, which is kind of making me have multiple different setups for OBS, which is kind of a pain. Anyway, yeah, I'll get that link to you in a sec. But it's bsums XYZ on YouTube as well. You can probably just find it with that. Okie doke. So VRC world, this is just the main object that has all your VRChat settings. The scene descriptor is built in. That comes from VRChat, but you can override anything in there. And then we have, I think, this one here. There we go. So this is sort of the built-in script. And this uses what's called Udon. This is VRChat's own visual scripting plugin that they made for Unity, specifically for doing coding for their game. You can also write your code in C# if you want, which is what I did for mine. So let me find my double jump script. Open that with Visual Studio Code. There we go. Okay, so here's my double jump script. Tell you what, I'm actually just going to take this world object. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to rename it double jump. I'm going to delete everything from it that has nothing to do with the regular world stuff. So it's just going to be my added components on this duplicate. Okay, so we get rid of that. We're going to get rid of the pipeline manager. Going to get rid of this world settings. Although I will want to make sure these settings are kind of the same on my other world when I copy it over. What is this one here? This is avatar scaling settings. Don't care about that. Okay, so the only thing we need is double jump, and really we don't even need to transform, but I'll go ahead and set that back to the origin. And let's just say, I'm going to say prefab unpack, and what that'll do is unlink it from its original preset prefab. Grab double jump. I'm just going to drop that anywhere in here. Do I have a prefabs folder? Sure don't. This project is terribly messy because this has come all the way from 2017. It's been continuously updated since all the way back then. So Unity 5.3 I think is when this project started. To my knowledge, it's the only project I've managed to maintain that continuously. So it's still the original upload all the way back to the beginning. Okay, so we've got our double jump prefab. Oh, whoops, I forgot to actually export that, so we need to export that as a Unity package, or at least that's the easiest way to move this stuff over. Oh boy, why is this saying I need all these dependencies? No, I don't. Just that. Oh, we do need the script though, the main script. Dang. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to manually turn off a whole bunch of stuff here that we don't need. I have no idea why it's saying that all this stuff is a dependency of my script, because it's definitely not. The VRChat stuff technically is, but this is all we want. Okay, so we're going to export that. We'll call this Infinity Jump. Because I have technically modified this past just doing double jump. Effectively, all the script is doing is checking if you already did the built-in jump, and then if you had and you're still in the air, then it lets you do a second jump, and it'll apply the force upward. It waits for you to land again, and then it'll disable until you've done your first built-in jump again, and that lets you keep going. I've got some stuff in here to handle. Where is Infinity Jump? Here we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this project because we don't need it. Well, I'll just minimize it. Might want to grab some other stuff from there at some point. Assets, import package, custom package, and we're just going to find my outputted. Unfortunately, I don't know where I actually put it. There we go. Infinity Jump, open package. Perfect. I should just be able to drag this in. Okay, I think that's imported now. So all I should have to do to make that work is drag this prefab into my scene. In theory, anywhere should work. I might need to combine this with the built-in world, VRC world up here. We'll see. Yeah, that appears to be good. So let's hit play and see if we get double jump. One thing I might do to my double jump script is make it so you can limit where it's active. Because it might be nice if, while you're in here, you've just got a normal jump, but once you go outside, that's where gravity would sort of turn off and let you keep flying. But yeah, our infinity jump is working. I can just keep stringing them together. Finally, I can get up to this stubby top of what should be a tree. Okay, cool. Yeah, that works. Okay, now to my knowledge, I had updated this base mesh at one point to add, I think, another room on top and maybe a couple other branches. So I need to investigate my old Blender file for this and see if I had already started moving towards adding that canopy to the tree or not. So let's open up Blender Launcher. See if we got any new stable builds. Nope. We'll stay on 4.4.3 for now. I've been having some crashes on 4.4.3, so I'm just, keeping a close eye on their updates there. I might go back to their long-term support version instead of just stable. Or I can look at B for artists. I know that's supposed to be some good, very stable builds as well, so. By the way, Brad, how's my audio? Am I easy to understand? Is the music too loud or anything? You're the only guy watching right now, so you are my outside view. Okie doke. So now I just need to find my other project file, which will probably be on my desktop. Because I'm so organized with my personal projects. At least I keep my professional stuff organized. I've gotten better about that. Let's see here. I think I called it Otherworld, or no. Exus Nook, I think is what I named it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, Exus Nook. So go ahead and open that up here. Okay, don't need Blender Launcher open anymore. Can go ahead and close Creator Companion. And I don't need this untitled Blender file. There we go. Yeah, well, I'm not going to say that anything I do that's node-based is ever organized. But at least my file structures. My files are organized now. You've seen my Nuke scripts, so you know how they look. God, did I ever show you the screenshots from my hover car racing game? The blueprints for that in Unreal Engine? Oh my god. Oh, okay, thank you, Blender. Thanks for crashing. Love that. Okay, let's go back to an LTS version. What do I have here? LTS 4.2.9. Is that really the latest LTS? I thought they were on 4.3 at least on that. I think 4.3.2 is what I originally worked on this file in, so I'm just going to do that, I guess. I really hope that file is not corrupt. That's going to suck if so. Have you never seen the game at all? Oh man, I thought for sure I'd shown that to you. It's ages ago. It was like 13 years ago at this point that we worked on it. Like early blueprints. Okay, this has got to be the right version because it's actually got my world file in the history here. Okay, there we go. Not seeing anything in the view though. That's concerning. Huh. What's going on here? I have never seen this. System is out of GPU and shared host memory. Are you kidding me? How? All right, maybe I do need to close some of these. That's crazy. I know I've only got 32 gigs of RAM, but like this stuff should not be going over that. Did I don't think I changed anything in here. Oh right, I did the stupid here. Let me just get rid of that double jump thing here. Where did it go? Double jump. Oh my god, I was just blind. It was literally right there below the VRC world. Okay, but yeah, we're just going to go and delete that. And I'll go ahead and save. Should be safe now. Okie dokie. So I got this big old tree thing with a single branch that actually has leaves. Well, you know, Blender, my days of not taking you seriously are certainly coming to a middle. Let's see here. That's not true. I love Blender, but I'm surprised by this. I've never had any issues with this file, and I've never seen that issue I just had with the shader. That's completely new for me. Compiling. I assume the first time it crashed, I just ran out of GPU memory somehow, which, again, shouldn't have happened, but... and then that caused the GPU driver to glitch out, I guess. I don't know. I hope I don't have to restart to get this working again. That's my main worry. We're compiling EV shaders, and that does take way longer than it ever should. There we go. Okay, now let's see if we crash. Right after this is when I crashed last time, so. Says we got 14 more shaders. Hey, okay, I think we're good. Alright, I forgot I was trying to create a vine tool with geometry nodes. Not a huge fan how that one turned out, but some of the other ones looked okay. I got some real thick vines and stuff over here. But no, this does not have the top. Maybe I was just thinking about this room when I added that. Well, that's good, actually, because I didn't want to have to, like, start with a bunch of old work and try and get that in before I could pick up with new stuff. Okay, so I guess at this point it's just a matter of add some branches. Now, I could try and make it all one seamless skin. I really don't care. These are mostly just for look, just for you to look up and see them and, you know, have something that you can jump up into. So, what I might just do is just steal someone else's tree. Legally. So we're going to go to Sketchfab first, just because those are very easy to import with materials. Let's see if there's any good... I guess I've kind of been going with like a maple tree leaf here for whatever reason. Or I guess those are all just ivy leaves. Oh, yeah, duh, these leaves here. What do those look like? Maybe poplar or... Just want to get a tree that kind of matches the style of leaves I've got here. Is this Beck? I've not... Yep, that is Beck. Leon de Guerrero. Okay, sure. I do like that these trees are very tall. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all can't even see what I'm looking at here. There we go. I do like that these are all nice and tall. Let's just click a random one of these. I'm gonna get a... Why is it not opening? That's weird. I just like couldn't click it. I wonder if ad block is messing it up here. Okay. Okay, well those leaves look terrible. Let's look at this chart of leaf shapes and see what I've already kind of been going towards accidentally. Oh, this is an Amazon product? Whatever. I guess something like this. A smoke tree, an alder, maybe an olive, gum tree. Ooh, like a sweet gum might be good. Is that the same as a gum tree, I wonder?
Yeah, now I'm going to LACC, man. I'm picking a ceramic.
Search sweet gum leaf. That would give me an... Nope, that looks completely different. I was going to say that would give me an opportunity to put some... so what's a gum tree? Never heard of that. Well, okay. Well, I know that there is a site called Gumtree. Okay, Gumtree is the common name of so like eucalyptus. See, this is what we call yak shaving. I've now gotten on a completely different task just because. Ooh, okay, I like that one. Euphorbicae, common names include.
Yeah.
Common names include gum tree, milk tree, leche de olivo, like olive milk, milk of the olive, and olive macho, manly olive. That's what that means to me. All right. Well, this doesn't particularly matter at all. So, I guess I could check my totally legitimate copy of the Speed Tree library. Let's just see what I have there. Put under resource packs or under. Okay, not in there. Let's try in my backups. Okay, under software, no. You know, I might not have my Speed Tree library anymore. That would suck. Not that it wouldn't be easy to get again, but. Alright, well, I'm going to run a search on my stuff over here. In the meantime, well, let's at least look at their library. Speed Tree library. I will say, like, the Speed Tree library, if you're just buying a single tree, it is nicely priced. It's not bad. I'm not against doing that. But I also don't really have money, so I should not be buying anything for this. Mexico. Weeping willows have kind of similar leaf shape. That would be fun. Pecan, what's a pecan leaf? But the pecans are also round leaves. That actually looks very similar to what I have. Okay. Forest and field version of that. I mean, it's $19. Problem is I don't have the software currently, so I'd have to install that. Unless they just let you download it as a FBX file. I mean, it looks really good. Let's just or I could just pull some branches out of this. I don't know. Oof. Okay. They don't have anything for this. Pecan tree with substance output experiment. That sounds high quality. Unfortunately, well, I mean the branches aren't bad, honestly. The branch models. Yeah, they're pretty low res though. That's bad. Dang. The little clusters of leaves aren't terrible. Like for the scale I'm going for, you know, I can picture the big trunk going up like that. Have these sticking out the top. You know what? It is free, so let's just download it, see how it looks. I can always add a few more edge loops and see what happens. So, at the very least, I can use this as something to base off of. Do I want to do GLB or we do have the 2K textures on that?
Can't be with the one you love, then love the one you with. Spliff in the ashtray, was drop a quarter liter.
Okie doke. So let's go back here.
When she's gentle, but on it hear
Back to
words.
layout view.
Instrumental, keep the girl in the distance. Losing the sunshine in my life, the way I did is shady. Skip hit that.